Hey Flosstube, it's Sarah, our Stitching Kingdom. Welcome back. It is Thursday, June 26th, 2025. It is Stitch Day, 626. Happy Stitch Day. I'm here for my monthly update since July is next week, which is kind of insane. June has just flown by. We had our girls, we had, end of dance season recital and final competitions, which went really well. And then we had tryouts the first week of June, which is always the week of Girls State. Girls State was amazing. Had a really awesome city this year. I mean, I have an awesome city pretty much every year. So, sorry, that's upside down there. And, oh my goodness, I just got attacked. Did you see that? I got attacked. That was exciting. Apparently that one wants to be worked on. My goodness. So, anyway, go back to that. Yeah, so here I am with an update. We're excited to be here, and it's an actually not super hot day. Last week got up into the hundreds, and that was a little crazy. So, but this week is much cooler. So, anyway, you're not here for that. You're here for stitching, and I'm coming to oblige you to that. So every month I have a project that I want to work on first. That is the one I knock out. It doesn't matter if it takes me 2 days or 4 days, but that is my kind of priority project that I want to get done in a year. So, and for this year, I picked Fairy Moon by Mirabilia. This is an out-of-print pattern, and I'm borrowing this from a friend. That's what it looks like. And I have it broken down into 12 sections. And the nice thing is that June and July, there we go, have some half stitches in it, so they go pretty fast. June went pretty quick, which was nice. So this is before I move the Q-snap. So June's section was all right here. This little cloud thing that she's on. And then July's section will continue the cloud, because what I did is I went down the center, because this is the actual center of the pattern. And then January through June was on this side. I did have some started previously, so we actually finished her head and everything. And then I did come a little bit further this way for one of the sections. I think it was February. But yeah, so because November, December, I'm going to be beading. So I know there's lots of beads in this lady. So we're going to move the Q-snap, and we're going to move it this way a little bit. So we can get July's section done. Just keep it in the same area, but go a lot away. So that'll be nice to have, she's halfway done at this point, which is fun. So she will come back out in July, the first couple days there, which is always she's a fun one to work on. So for, oh, and then I forgot to show you last month, I also, on the 14th of every month, I start a reindeer from Nora Corbett, and I left the pictures in their other bag that's in the front room. So we're by my stitching spot. So, where I am at, yes. So, silly me, I was stitching and forget that there's 8 reindeer plus Rudolph. So silly me, I went and was gonna do 4 and 4. No, I have to do 3 rows of 3. So I had to pick out my my last one that I did. We're just gonna do this temporarily, but this is what we're looking at. And then I had to kind of restitch a little bit, which was kind of a blessing because I messed up on this one over here. But so here's Rudolph, Dasher, Dancer will be in this one, Prancer will be over here, And then Vixen is what I worked on for last month. So lots of fun. I know Vicky Hartwell is working on this. Janet Jabber, I believe, is as well. And Vicky's doing them all individually. Janet and I are doing them on, I believe both of us are doing them on a full piece of fabric. And then I started the sleigh at the bottom of this, so I think what I will do is I will actually probably end up taking that part off and finishing the sleigh in on its own piece. Where did that other... It's right there. Okay. On its own piece of fabric, but the same fabric, because I should have enough. So, which is lots of fun. Sorry, just have to kind of put this back. And this is on an Under the Sea fabric. Can't remember the name of it off my head right now. If I remember, I'll put it in the doobly-doo below. So, let me just put this grime guard on really quick to corral my fabric. I'm not one to normally use a grime guard, but when there is a full half yard of fabric in this puppy, just like with Fairy Moon, it's better to do that. And I actually probably should have moved the Q-snap. It's all good. So, this is actually in a custom stitch and button bag. She did not put her... Vic, you didn't put your tag on this one. But yeah, this was custom made Christmas fabric, Teresa Kogut, for my reindeer. So, anywho's. Okay, now we're going to hop into categories. And, oh, actually, we're going to do Whip Go really quick because I had messed up and had worked on... I hadn't worked on May's Whip Go yet, and so I worked on that. I actually just finished my Whip Go for May, and then I'm working on June. I have one more. I actually finished my June one, and finished up my May one. Vicky and I actually used one of them for my categories that I follow with Sammy J. And so what I did. We'll just go with that one. We'll just do categories and then add on the Whip Go as well. Sorry, my brain is just not working right now. So, has words, I did Pomme et Sage, which is the French Kitchen series. Oh, that's the bugs. French Kitchen series by Summer House Stitchworks and Hands On Design. And so what I did is, and Audrey Stitchy Witch 42 taught me this trick on a Q-snap, is on the smaller ones you can kind of make them scroll bars. So I was able to finish down here, got all the back stitching done. I still might come around and back stitch those bowls because you can't really see them very well on this fabric. And then came up here, and it wasn't until I was stitching this that I realized that this is the wrong background little stitches. It should have been this lighter color blue, but it's fine. And so now I'm working on Pomme, and then the rest of it is up. Let me pull the picture here. I just have Pomme and the little line up there and those cute little pictures to finish. So I'm actually going to be using, am I using this one? Yes, because this is considered a small, so I'm actually going to be using this one for next month's, for July's Whip Go, which will be really nice. So hopefully we will get a finish. And let me try and figure this out really quick. One moment. But yeah, it's really kind of fun that you can, I'm sure you could do it with the bigger scroll or with the bigger Q-snaps as well, but this one, because it doesn't have anything attached on the sides, it works really well as a scroll bar, and that's the top. So yeah, super fun. So hopefully next month we'll see a cute little finish on this. And then, so keep that one out. And then geometric. I worked on Alexandrite, and I started this one for Sammy's birthday. And this is a Carolyn Manning. I don't have a cover photo for it because it was a downloaded pattern, and this is where I'm at. So I'm just kind of doing, I took I took Kate's. She's a Catherine. She likes to go by Kate. I took her suggestion to start with like the diamonds. So I've been doing diamonds, and I've been trying to do them in like the same color. So my back is horrible. I like to carry around, but like some of these are in the same colors as the diamonds. So I'll fill those in and then go to the diamonds, fill those in, go to the diamonds. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. About 500 stitches done on those. And that's about my goal, is 500. Sometimes I get more. Sometimes, and this one's gonna go away. Gotta put you away. You're gonna go right there. And then large, I did my Mirabilia Alice. This was one of the first Mirabilia charts that I bought from Under the Seas Fabrics, which was really fun. I love Leslie. Vicki from Reading and Stitching was on a fun little tour of Texas, and her friend got to go into Leslie's shop there in San Antonio. I'm quite jealous. So we're just working on her. So we got hair in her bow, finished with the stupid light effects. If you have the option to switch it out, I know that there's a conversion chart somewhere for either Petite Azure Parade or Kreinik. Do it, because light effects are the worst. Like they fray, they're awful. Awful. So even with the short lengths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish her up here, get this done, and then we'll work more on the curtains, because that's just easy fill in. But my goal for sure is to finish her face and everything, because I know that there's a mistake in her skirt. And so I don't know if I took it out already, but so this is the bottom. I know that these borders are right, and I believe that these curly cues are correct. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from here and kind of fudge down, but I'm going to get all of this and maybe save the curly cues and stuff for the end. But like I said, I do know that for sure the borders are correct. This fabric is this old silk weaver, and it's kind of a crappy iridescent, opalescent to work with. I mean, I love, don't get me wrong, love the sparkles, but this one there, I've noticed I have a lot of over 4 or like not very even. So, and that's, user error, I'm sure, but the holes are not very good. So I've had to use some cheaters. I've had to be like my friend Sarah and throw a pair of readers on and be a bifocal stitcher without bifocals. So yeah, super fun. Love my Sarah. And then for Sal, this is one of my Whip Go calls. And it was by Vic from Stitch and Button. And this is the free Owl Forest Alice Sal with their threads. And I thought I had a big enough piece of fabric for this, but I did have to add some to the top so I could fit it with my Q-snap, because this is the very top. So, yeah, even the Nurge was not having it. So, that's the width of it, I believe. I'll have to look at it again. But this is as tall as it goes. And then so I've added fabric to the top or to the bottom and the top, just so it'll fit in my Q-snap, and it'll have, you know, I'll have place to go when I frame it and all that stuff, because I mean, I can frame it with that, it's not a big deal. However, yes, so I think I got about 700 stitches on this one. No, 526, 700 on Mirabilia Alice. So, but that's where we're at. And I love these needle minders. These are also Alforest needle minders that went with the SAL. So the SAL is free. You can download it on their website. They also have a Wizard of Oz. They have a pirate one that I know Kate has finished pretty recently. And then, yeah, so. Then I have a hanging thread because that's where I was like making sure of where I was. And yeah, lots of fun. I've lost, oh, it came untucked. Or undone from my thing. So yeah, that's Mirabilia Alice for my Sal and for my Whip Go Call for Vicky. Stitch and button. So this one's gonna go away for a little bit. And okay, let's see. And then Holiday was under the evergreen, and I used this one. This one came out last month, and it's coming out, and it came out this month. And it was also Laurel, her Whip Go Call for April, and I did finish it for April. But it's gotten lots and lots of love. I'm doing it by quadrants. Oh dear, there that goes. I knew that was going to happen. Perils of minders sometimes. So there I am, working on that teddy bear. I probably should be backstitching, but it's fine. Worked on some of the carpet there. And yeah, so it's looking good. Kind of excited about it. Grab my needle minder, my Wayward needle minder. And Laurel is finishing on this, is working on this as well. It has a really big rocking horse that goes, it's in the middle and it goes over all 4 of them. So and it starts right here is where the rocking horse starts for this quadrant. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this quadrant and then probably do the rocking horse in all 4 quadrants just to see how that will go. Do I have a Wayward needle? I do have a Wayward needle. Just to see how that goes so that I don't mess things up too much, because this is a full coverage. And yes, you can, I've been trying to like get the landmarks and then do the fill-ins, because the fill-in confetti stitches, not too bad. Once you've filled out the big stuff, then you can kind of cheat your way, which is fine. Okay, and then my final, and then my June Whip Goes. Oh no, here's my other May. I was like, wait, Shannon from, she had my May Whip Go as well, and she picked Amethyst from Bella Filipina. I love her. I started this one with Vicky from Reading and Stitching for her birthday, I want to say. And then this is where I'm at on her. And this is a Live and Die LA in Huskovic. It's the little water horses that you see in Frozen 2. And she is almost a full page finish, besides the beads. So, which is really fun. And it kind of makes me laugh because this color of this white and the purple kind of makes me think of gold, if you watched Stargate, because they're kind of that grayish purple, which is funny. But then there's a big amethyst in the center here, and so I'm going to finish up here, and then we're going to go finish her face and then come down this way. So that's how I'm working in that area. She's going to go away for a bit, but she got some good stitches on her. And then Sammy picked Love Bugs for June for Whip Go. And the funny thing is Meg and May, who also started this with us. It was me and Sammy and Megan, And I want to say Vic Gable also, Vic Stitch and Button also did it as well. And I finished the bee. And now I'm starting the second square on the butterfly. And this one I'm also doing as the kind of makeshift scroll rods. So I've got the border finished and I'm working on the flowers down here. And I'll work on the flowers up there as well. So, and that will be come out for Whip Go next month as well. So, lots of fun. Oh dear, come on. My floss is in the bottom and doesn't want to agree. Come on, there we go. Okay, so this one's going to be put it away for a few. I finish some, work on some more things. Okay, and then Vicky Reading and Stitching, her pick for Whip Go, and I just finished it last night. For June is Books Are Magic by Counting Puddles Designs. I started this at Stitch West in October with Ray and Emmy from Mission Stitch, and I want to say Valerie from Live and Die LA. There's a whole bunch of people that started it. I'm using the Bestitch Me Silk pack that Brandy has, and then this is a Red Thicket Ada that I picked up at Crazy Woman and Casper. So I got the pages done, which is really nice, and so I just have to do the books are on the bottom, and then there's a lot of like back stitching and stuff like that, but that goes pretty fast. So, and then I choose not to do the French knots. I do try to substitute beads for that, just because they're a lot funner. I don't think there's a lot of French knots in this one. So that one's going away for a little bit, but that's Books Are Magic. So you stay out. You go there. All right, and then I also worked on, I have my monthly goals. I also play, and so this is funny because Guardian is part of my monthly goals. And I also play Monopoly, and I was not paying attention. My roll took me to Silks for You, which was, or no, Chance Card took me to Silks for You, and then I had to show off a kitted piece. And so this is my kitted piece. It is the Bella Filipina Enchanted Rose, which is Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and I showed that, and then I thought I was done, so I tagged Holly to go, and then Sammy messages me and says, hey, it's still your turn. You still need to work on what the square called for. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even look. Called for Oldest Whip, which is my Guardian from Teresa Wensler. And yeah, so where I'm at right now, I'm actually going to show you here, is I'm working on these greens right here. And I'm almost halfway to the halfway mark, which is really fun. So in this one, I'm not backstitching as I go because there's not a ton of backstitch. I mean, up here in the wings and stuff, it's fine. I'm still trying to decide if I want to do the knotwork border or not. But we will see. So right now I've got I did the main border, so. But yeah, this is where I'm at. I finished where my working copy is. I finished up to here. And so this is all filled in right there, which is nice. And then over here, I'm working on this little green combination. So that's where that one's at. And then for Whip Go for July, it was squares 2 and 16. And like I said, Megan Maymay picked Love Bugs. And then my number 2 square is Jessie, so I did send her a choice, and yeah, so I haven't heard back. It's all good. Okay, we're gonna hop into categories really quick before I show you a couple of purchases, some happy mail that I got. Okay, so categories has a border. small, more than 30 colors, full coverage, and Stitcher's Choice. So what I did is actually put some other focus pieces that I want to focus on into my categories this year, or this month. So the first one is has a border, and that is Cabinet of Curiosities by Clouds Factory. I started this one with Holly and Andrea. Do I have a picture? Let me see. I don't know if I have a picture or not. Yes, I do. And this is it. And this is a fun one. And it has a border, and there is definitely a border on that thing. So that's what we're working on. And this is, I want to say it's Sleepy Hollow. It's a Live and Die LA. We all bought the same fabric, and then we all started it together. And that's where I'm at with that cute little mushroom. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm still filling in that little terrarium. So after that, I think I'm definitely going to do, like, work on the borders and stuff like that, because that'll make it a little bit easier. So that's where we're at. And I haven't worked on this one this year, so I thought it would be fun to pull out. And the more I work on my focus projects, the more I can pull out these other lovelies that are waiting to be done. So, all right, that one goes there. And then small is going to be Poem Assage, and hopefully get a finish on that. And then more than 30 colors, I'm going to, like I said, focus on the Mirabilia Alice. And so there she is again. Put her right there. And then full coverage. I haven't brought this one out in a while. Pattern Keeper had an issue with the tablet I was using, the Android version, or the Android tablet version I was using. It was an older one, and Pattern Keeper wouldn't pull up. And I know that they're trying to do the fix on it. We ended up just getting a whole new tablet for me. And part of it imported, but the other part did not. So I'm like, ugh. But luckily I was able to finish this enough. And oh, I see what I did there. I did 10 and 10. Well, good job, future or past Sarah. So we're going to pull out Kingdom Hearts, because I have not worked on this since, I want to say, March or April. So we've got some catching up to do on it. But yeah, so we're filling in all the black on the outer bits, and then, like, obviously some of the inside bits, but we're not going, like, if it's like onesie twosies on the inside, we're not doing that. So it's lots of fun working on that. And this is what I got this, my husband got this on Etsy for my birthday a long time ago, and I don't know if it's still around, but this is from Stitching Girl, is who sold the pattern. But yeah, lots of fun. And so that will get some love because I've missed working on it. And then Stitcher's Choice is the last category. And my Stitcher's Choice is going to be the Bella Alice, because I like working on that one and haven't been able to work on her. So that is her. She is on a very different piece of fabric than that. I love this one. Leslie from This Isn't Under the Sea Fabrics, and the Snow White one will go on the other half of it, because it's just so fitting. But Belle definitely needed something dark and moody, so that's where we're at on her. I'm working on a mushroom right there. So I'm trying to make my way over to the border so I can stitch on that. I want to say I have, yes, I have all of the stuff that goes with that. So, yes. Here they are. Okay. Because I know that there's some petite treasure braid in that. But yeah, I want to get that little arch done that goes over the top of her. So that is plans for July. And then Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, and then Cupid. No. Dasher, Dancer, Rudolph, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer. Comet will be the next one I work on. For the reindeers, like I said, the pictures are out in the other room. And then I got a purple package from Sammy at Sammy J Stitches. She is my dealer. She's my Quirky Quaker dealer as well. She actually shared a document with me, and she's like, mark off the ones you have. And I know I have Flamingo somewhere. It's probably in my To Be Stitched, but need to look that up. So I got Quirky Quaker Owl. Oh, so cute. Oh, I better hurry because that's going to cut me off. And then Luna Moth. Maybe, there we go, Luna Moth. And I got Atomic her Fabric of the Month. And this is Latte, and this is a 32 count. Right there, nice neutral. And it's really fun because December we get